time to do it. I don't have enough people here that do plants and stuff, but I could send people. I could send some people. Inspired creativity. Let's see. Kangaroo's having hypothermia. She's still wearing the fucking, whatchamacallit. I mean, I'm not that worried if she's outside. She'll go, I don't know, she's got serious hypothermia. Get into warm. Where is Sam now? Sam's on his way. Sam's still on his way. Okay, you know what? If I release you from this, you should be trying to go to like a warm temperature anyway, so you should be fine. Leave Sam be. He'll get to like a warm area eventually. I gotta remember that my caravan's down with a raid at the moment. And I want... Well, you guys look like you're fine. Alright, go back to what she's doing. The boomalope threat here wasn't that bad. Okay. I have a mega fuck ton of animals here, but I don't really have enough food. I know we're about to like slaughter a whole heap of them. I'm really like close to just slaughtering a lot of the cows, but what I'd like to do is, because we've got 2,000 simple meals going at the moment, I would like, just for a while, it's going to be a bit tedious, but I want to change all these back to 2,000. I may have to... Well, actually, you know what? Instead of that, you know what might be smarter? It's just suspending a bunch of stuff. Send that back up to 4,000. I do want these on eventually. I would like you to make... How many packaged survival meals have I got? I got 62 packaged survival meals. I feel like this packaged survival meals cost me quite a lot. I want you guys to stop making simple meals for just a second. Whatever the fuck this is. They're not all in the same order. This is like the worst part about this. So it means that some people won't be able to make some stuff. I will probably leave like one bench still rolling with that. But just for a little while. I need them to stop making the fresh meals that aren't going to make the journey. Like, we have enough people here. Like, 2,000 meals isn't going to last them very long, but I need them to do something else for a bit. That one was set to 10,000. It's nuts. Alright. Oh, that one too. Hypothermia. Simple meal. This is the only problem with having like a dozen of these things. If you've only got like one or two, this is like a hot, quick second thing. When you've got like, I don't know, 16 of them or whatever, and none of these fuckers are in order. I should just sit down and prioritize them to be the exact same order. So when I look in here in the future, it's faster, but I just haven't done it. A lot of the times when I'm in here with like the cooking meals and stuff, I'm usually so all over the place because there's always something that happens whenever I'm doing this. Meal. Yeah, it's always like some kind of chaos that happens when I'm doing this. I swear that door just keeps fucking... One of my cats must be walking up and like kicking that door open or something. I probably need to put something heavier than a face washer on it. I have a face washer that's propped up against the back of the door to stop the door from constantly pushing all the way open. But Phoenix likes to like Shrek the door open and like slam it fully open. So just give me a second. I'll leave this. Hey, Silverware, can you take that in? I'm just gonna shut my door a bit more. Yeah, no, literally both of my cats are sitting here. Like, they're sitting there facing each other, like as if they're having like a fucking council or something. But, yeah. Now the door's a bit more closed. It's a really cold night for anybody that doesn't know. Like, here in Australia, for some reason, it's really, really cold. But my heater broke last night, and it's only like half running now because one of the rods broke, just stopped. So it's really cold. I can't adjust it to make it more comfortable for myself. So, like, I'm quite rugged up, but it's not helping. That's basically what's going on. You check that up in there too. That's it. The communication. Nah, it's more of Phoenix is sitting in front of the heater, and it looks like Asora has walked into the room and then laid down as if she wants the heater too. But yeah, they're just kind of like facing each other. So, like, they're fine. They'll be fine and shit. It's just that, yeah. The heater isn't as strong right now because obviously it's not fully working. So they're as close to it as physically possible, which means they're close to each other as physically possible, and they're not liking it. But I don't have anything else in the house that can provide us heat. So it's just how it is. Kangaroo's gonna lay down. She probably should have been laying down this whole time. Needs rescue. Sasha does. Vaughn, can you... I know why she's down. She's got hypothermia. This is gonna knock down so many of my people and gonna prevent them from holding on to a weapon. But I'll have to re-equip them because I reckon that's the whole point what Phoebe Chillax is trying to do. I've seen, like... I don't know if I've seen, like, a meme of Nicolas Cage on a cat. Also, don't call my cats clowns. I don't appreciate that. But I've seen, like, some other show where, like, a cat has a human face. I think it's, like, maybe Rick and Morty? Or... could be Gravity Falls. I don't know which one that is. Whoop, I accidentally paused. Azula jumped up onto the desk. She requires the pats. There we go. She snuggled into her donut. That's the only other way she can really get warm. Like, they got the fuzzy donut and stuff, but only one of them can lay in it at a time. I've got one on the floor in the corner too, where they sleep as well. But, like, if the ground is cold at the moment. And there goes Phoenix at the fucking door again. I saw that this time. I fucking saw it. I looked over because Azul looked over and I just saw him fucking push open the door. My cats have the biggest fucking beef with my door being closed or even remotely close to closed. And I understand that they're fuzzy and stuff, but I don't think they understand the concept of the big bald cat is cold, you know? So, like, I want the warmth. Like, Phoenix doesn't care. He'll go patrol the house and he'll get, like, ice crispy cold. And then he'll come back and he'll, like, roast his little beans in front of, like, you know, the heater and stuff, and he'll be fine. But I will be freezing and won't be comfortable. So, yeah, that's essentially the existence at the moment. Baked beans. Yeah, well, I always see him as, like, roasting his little beans in front of the heater. Because, like, he stretches them out too. He stretches them out and he doesn't just, like, stretch out his legs, but he looks like he pushes his little, like, beans out from his paws as well towards it to, like, heat them up. So, yeah, I assume he toasts them, which is kind of cool. Azul doesn't do the same thing. She just mostly ends up upside down, which is cute. But yeah, she doesn't need that kind of warmth, I guess. And she's also a lot bigger cat, and she's got a lot more fur than he does. By the look of it, I might... well, I guess I haven't done this side yet. I'm kind of, like, waiting for them to fully do this stuff. I don't want them to be too overloaded building stuff. The cold snap's still going. As soon as that stops, in here's probably going to be too hot. Although I noticed that the bedrooms aren't a comfortable temperature. I'm trying to remember... I never put the vents in here because I never had enough steel. But if I put... oh man, it's going to be so much steel. If I put vents in these rooms to begin with, they should all be ambiently the same temperature. Give or take. I don't know how well they're going to go with de-roofing this later. But if they've got a couple of things here, we might be able to close that and remove the roof. But I'm not taking it off yet because we need this to be warm for the moment. But yeah, I'm probably going to have to do vents. Nina's having a daze. She's going to just walk around in the cold. Farrell should be back home having a daze. He's always having a daze. He's always having a mental break. I am pretty sure you're on the almost no health list. That's right. I haven't had somebody like get their health revoked, their medical privileges revoked for a while. It does happen. What are you doing? You're psychotic wandering. That's fine. I don't care if they're doing psychotic wanders. If they turn blue or green, cool beans. I don't have to fucking watch them because I've got stuff here that's important and I don't want them to break it. I also don't need the Taylor bench up yet. What else do I need to do? We lost all the pemmican because my animals... I didn't have a place to store it apparently, and my animals ate it out in the paddock. Let's get the corpse cremation back on because they destroyed this. So, yeah, human corpses, fresh and rotten, but no animals. And I also want to have... not that. Not yet. And Phoenix is back. Cremate corpses, animals, not fresh. There we go. Okay, forever. Yeah, that was a very quick trip from Phoenix. Only he does like a couple of laps of the house and he comes back. Nope, he's gone again. Sorry, I guess he was just checking. The blow-by-blow situation of my cat, like, neurotically walking the house. Recreationally starved, yeah. Somebody's got unhappy nudity. We don't have anything over here to entertain them with yet. The only thing I could do is I could put like the horse pens thing. I would like to be able to like resolve their constant mental breaks, but I can't do anything about that just yet. I don't want these to be that close. Maybe another one down here. Okay, pop 2 of those down here. Once those 2 are built. Yeah, they're all recreationally starved. Animal starvation here. No shit. What I might do... I don't really want to auto-cull them yet, but I think we'd be good with 30 cows, honestly. 30 cows, we're good with the amount of chickens we've got going. The sheep, I don't think we need that many, honestly, although we're going to end up with a lot. So let's take it down to about 30. Okay. The bulls and stuff look like they're starting to reach that, like, adult cull, which is good. Once they've got a few that have like hit that cull level, I wouldn't mind putting like a juvenile cull level on. But yeah, at the moment they're obviously like not helping with like all the food and shit, so that's not helping. But we also just don't have a lot of meat, and we can get meat, but as long as they're making packaged survival meals or pemmican, we'll be good. Because we still have 2,000 simple meals. And I don't think that that's what they're grabbing to eat. I don't have any permissions that say that they can't eat it, but I am noticing that they're eating like almost exclusively pemmican. And I'm thinking, did I change the storage down to here at one point? Because if I could, it would move it away from them. I don't think pemmican needs to be stored inside. Not like the most ideal thing, but where's a pemmican? Give me that. I want this to be away from the dining table. Long time without refrigeration, great for traveling. Okay. Well, how about we do this? I would like... Now this could send them down here to eat it, and it might also allow my animals to eat it. But what if I put my pemmican in here? Like, some people will eat it down here and they'll bitch they don't have a table, but... If I could grab all those shells... Let's allow you guys to have pemmican down here for a little bit, yeah? Coffee is cooking, pasta is drained. It's sourced, what? Sourced and cut both pork and goat cheese. Oh yeah. It sounds like a pretty good meal. Turn off pemmican here. My people should start moving that down. That should take this away from where they can constantly eat it. Like, they're still gonna eat it. Just as a heads up, they're still gonna fucking eat it, but they shouldn't eat it as much. That also tells me that whichever one of these that's loading up the pemmican might be finished. That one's not finished yet. How many has it got left? It's still got... Looks like it's got like half to go. So that one's supposed to be taking it. I think the idea was that they were putting it straight into there, but I can't really put it anywhere else where they'll just take it and use it like that. I know that I took the storage out of here for a while so that they do that, but they're just going to keep eating. Yeah, the animal starvation here is kind of nuts. Alright, I'm pretty sure I've clicked all the benches to be like, don't do the thing. Let's go back over here. I'll leave them doing what they're doing over there. Oh, that reminds me. Hold on. I can't yet because I have... Alright, hold on. Who's roaming and why? Who left the fucking door open again? Where's one of those pen markers? I am not seeing up top being a problem. Not seeing over there being a problem. Over there is saying it's all open, but that can't be it. Where is open? That's shut. There. Okay. Alright, who left the rice in the damn door? Hey, Ellie. Like, I don't care if they get out to those specific, like, strawberries. I don't really have that much crop outside that they can access anyway, because, like, my thrombos eat those out there anyway. But, I'm surprised that they're not going for the rice that's in the doorway. We'll pick it up. They'll stop the rest of my animals from going out. They're all going to get pulled up to the various hitching spots, but they need to exist so that I can like free them from it later. But that will also contain them for a bit, so that's not a bad thing. I would like to see some actual like eggs stay somewhere. Yeah, anyway, hold on before I get distracted again. My transport pods down here don't have it. I think it's one of these have all the darks. Here we go. Here's the animals list. Yeah, this is what I'm throwing. Why can't I throw it? Over mass capacity. Okay. Oh, sorry. Kick out a fucking sheep. Is it good yet? Not yet. I don't know why it would have let me... Oh, they would have aged up, the little fuckers. Got it. Seal's having a fire starting spree. Should be okay. Let's chuck you guys in here. I don't actually have a pen for them yet, but it's fine. Okay, we should be missing a sheep and a cow, I think, but that's fine. Just chuck that over there. Oh, pyromaniac, that's here. That's fine. Seal can set shit on fire. This one's ready to go, but it's over. I'm guessing that the animals aged up a little bit. Drop that. Drop the hen. Another hen. Okay, there we go. And that's going to send us Pippi and Crook. The timing on that was too good. Survival meals. It looks like a lot of my animals are getting culled at the moment, which is kind of good. Alright, that sounds like that landed. Let's package survival meals. If I could rope up all my animals for a brief moment, I could actually drop out the extra food in these. And that would be fine. I could get them inside. So I might actually... I don't want them to all go out the bottom. Hey, there's a ship chunk here. I want them to go out the bottom, but there really isn't much for them to get down there. So what I'm thinking is I'm just going to leave this open briefly. This will force all of my people to rope up the animals. I'll be able to drop out one of these pods that have food, and then I'll be able to send a caravan, hopefully. Alright, so what do we get? We got a whole bunch of chickens and ducks and stuff. Okay, they're going off to, I guess, eat our wild rice and shit that nobody's brought in. When you're done with that, mate, can I get you to haul in some, like, rice? Just, like, bring some of the shit inside. I know it's frozen outside at the moment, so it's not a huge issue, but it is probably still deteriorating outside. And a brick of spicy cheese from before I left for vacation, but it was... Do you have lines of blue mold? Ah, that sucks. Spicy cheese is, like, the best thing. Like, it doesn't, like, miscellaneous spicy food is great, honestly. No, I don't have Odyssey. And I'm not getting it. Let's see. Why can't you... You won't do hauling. That's fine. You know, I don't have any of the DLCs. And until I'm finished this playthrough, it's not something that I'm looking at. But even like if I get to 3-4 years into this playthrough and then it dies, like if everybody dies in battle or something like that and we don't actually leave the planet, I'll just start again with the exact same plan, essentially. Same mods, go again. So, like, if anybody happens to be, like, holding out hope for me to, like, get the DLCs within, like, the next 5 years, just, like, calm your tits. It's probably not gonna happen. Plus, I have other plans as well. Of course you guys let them into the fucking food. Bennett, instead of grabbing an animal, why don't you haul the rice out of there? This is a mistake, because that would have been food. I have so many animals, and I'm waiting for many of them to reach adulthood so I can get the maximum meat off them. The worst thing that could possibly ever happen is somebody leaves something at the door here, and then we lose everything we have stored. That would be the worst. But I'm actively trying to get... I was trying to get somebody to leave this open, but... Hey, Penguin, do you mind just going through that door for 5 minutes? Because, yeah, that's going to solve that. Is the animals roaming away here? No. Now, I don't fully have a pen here, but they should be able to. What material am I waiting on? This is slate. Do I not have slate? I got 500 slate. Okay. So what I might do, I kind of want Chimpanzee to have a sleep and stuff. I want to grab people in the morning. Seahorse is resting. What's her problem? She's a night owl though, so after she has a rest, I don't know how long she's going to rest for, but I might get her down here just to work on a bit of the fence, because even if I can bring somebody down to this, then get like part of it done like this, I can bring somebody over to dedicatedly do that. Yeah, no, pen's not enclosed on purpose, but I do need to build one of these fuckers over here, so let's see, Mystic. Pen marker. There we go. All right, so where am I going to put this? Because I don't think kind of put this near like a, I don't know, one end or the other, so that they are forced to bring the animals all the way inside the colony before they drop them. So maybe here. We'll put one here for the moment. It's not an enclosed space at the moment, so they're going to have issues with that. But they should have all the chicks and stuff like roped up for a while. And I don't have a dedicated space of them, but I want these fuckers to lay eggs like the wind, essentially. Also, we got a female cow over here, so we've got milk potentially later. I also saw that those cats weren't allocated to the cat zone, but it does look like I got majority female cats. Okay, so what I'm trying to do over here is I'm trying to get a fuck ton of meat. It would be really good if I could have like a few growers over here, but we actively have a cold snap in spring, which is not helping me. I was really hoping to be able to like use these couple of little grow areas and like blow it out of proportion for food and stuff, but no, the game just actively just said no. It said, oh, you want to have food production, let's just throw in a cold snap. And it's so cold that the majority of the animals are just leaving and stuff. I also wouldn't mind trying to tame a few boomalopes here for food and stuff. Well, not necessarily for food, but for the chem fuel production. I have a specific spot for them to store that next to a fire foam popper. This is my solution to that. We can have one fire start down here, essentially. I also have a steel table they need to just like pull apart, and Nina's having hypothermia. I can't do anything about it because she's actively having a mental break, so the only thing I could do is walk somebody over here and punch her and then throw her in the thing. So I'm gonna just keep a save on this, because the last thing I need is Nina to die, because I don't have a resurrector mech thing. I had them, and then my person had a tantrum like half a year ago and destroyed them, and I haven't got a quest that's offered a decent like reward for it. There was one quest that wanted like 200 and something fucking human leather, and I literally just like deleted that. Like, that group can go fuck themselves, essentially. I do have enough survival meals here that I could send when all my animals are roped up. Most of them are asleep in here, which is actually kind of not a bad thing, because they'll get pulled out like one by one. My people are going around and doing the thing. I will just put another... I'll put another couple of spots around where the animals can get access to clusters of food, depending on what they're near. Okay. They should be able to reach stuff because... Penguin, can you go away? Because what I want them to do is I want them to rope up as many animals so that I can drop the food out of some pods. So I can put that back into storage so I can do a fucking caravan, because Minwick has enough food right now. And I know it takes ages to load a pod with a lot of food. And that's fine. But it's got a lot of food. Unless somebody kicks that particular block. But I think they've separated them into like 3 or 4. It looks like 3 spots. I also need to put a light in here too. Let's pop a light in here. Now we don't actually technically have a light in here. But if I put one down, we'll have more. And I also haven't connected that because I do need to get rid of that, and I do think it's going to cause a roof collapse. But we're going to find out. Hey Jean, welcome in. It's every no DLCs, base game, plus mods. A lot to offer, as it's especially if on a budget. Oh, it's not budget related or anything like that. It's just literally, I haven't got bored with Core Game at this point. Also, welcome in. Yeah, no, I'm not bored with Core Game as yet. Like, I've been playing it for years, but like, I don't feel the need to add anything or change anything. Like, the main one that's important to me is that they can drop everything, and the main one that seems to be useful for like having so many hundreds of thousands of people is just the storage of like the deep stacks. They're the 2 things that are actually important for like my game. Everything else is just irrelevant. It's just personal preference on people wanting to like spice it up or change it a little and stuff, which is fine. I have no problems if people want to like make their game interesting for themselves and stuff, but I just don't currently feel the need to change it. I do want you to repair that wall when you wake up in the morning though. Yeah, I figure if one day I ever felt like it, you know, like not during a playthrough and stuff, like while I do a playthrough, it's a closed mods playthrough, so I don't add or remove anything. But like, if I was to finish it and I was like, okay, I'm like really sick of this specific thing that I can't do or that I do or whatever, like maybe. But I'm also just, I don't know, I mostly play like most of my games vanilla and stuff. Like, most of the DLCs don't really have anything that I want, you know? Like, I don't mind the undead aspect of, what is it, Anomaly? That's kind of the only thing that interests me out of all the packs. Like, I also like having a huge colony and spending years with my colony and stuff like that. So, like, you know, the whole ships and moving around the map and stuff thing of Odyssey doesn't interest me. Yeah. So I'm on a budget. I find mods cover most of what the DLCs can. That's the other thing too, is that mods, you can do a lot with the mods. And like RimWorld does tend to add them into the game, which like I've expressed my annoyance with it sometimes, because I'm like, if I wanted the thing, I'd get the thing, you know? And then they add it, and then I have to update the version, and the version breaks my game a bit. But that's mostly just a complaint with the fact that I played the game for so long, like the save for so long, more than actually just stopping it and starting a new one or something like that, you know? If I stopped and started a new one every time they did a version update or something, like, a lot of the game would probably run like a fair bit smoother. Like, there would be noticeable changes from the beginning through to the end. Whenever I have to do like, you know, the Rim Connect and stuff like that, whenever I do like a one-shot colony kind of thing for a few hours, I always struggle to remember how to fucking start a colony because it's been so long. So, yeah, I struggle with that. If these guys are hungry, I know they're going to have to feed them and shit, but I have to make do. The only ones I'm concerned about is these guys might be too close to this. So we'll have to see. I might have to move them further away, actually. I might just do that because I want to be able to dump out the food, so I'll get them to move those over, and I don't think the animals will reach over here. It's out with other games. DLC is breaking the core game. Well, it broke my third location pretty hard. We had to emergency evacuate out of there, which put us in a really dire situation because of all the glitches and stuff that I didn't know were active at the time. So I had like caravans unloading themselves as they were loading, and you know, that caused us to like move without food and stuff, you know, and like severe starvation and crap. So not ideal, but I didn't notice at the time, you know. I was just like, oh yeah, why won't these fuckers leave the map, you know? That was another thing too, is I couldn't get my caravan to leave. So I'm pretty sure they brought in like the forced caravan to leave thing. And that is one thing that I do think I'd appreciate. I just don't know if the glitch would happen again, if it would still work, you know? Or like how if I put an X on certain doors and stuff, it normally doesn't stop my colonists from accessing them. They'll still just walk through an X'd out door because that seems to be a like progressive glitch that I can't seem to disable. So yeah, it just depends. Depends on what I've got to like deal with that. I also want them to like get through here and fix this up soon. I'm pretty sure we still have... I don't have marble. Okay, that might be why we're not doing stuff. Okay, so cold snap's also been like affecting this room, by the way, so it hasn't been particularly good for the benches working. This is one that I imported over, so let's set that up. Marble blocks, and wherever the marble blocks are here. I brought these from home. These are the ones I prepared earlier. So let's switch those all on. That would be why they're not running. We got the peeling stations constantly running. This will get connected with the power soon. Now that I've gotten rid of that central block. And by the look of it, I don't need a column in here, which is good. I think I made these just the right size this time where I don't need columns. Kelly's got inspired recruitment. What are you up to, Kelly? I could use you over at Minwick and not here. Alright, once I've got all the animals over near food and stuff, I'll see about dropping the food out of these. Whichever one's got the food in it. One of them's got like a shit ton of pemmican. And I do mean a shit ton of pemmican. I'm pretty sure it's the ones up the top, but I'm just having a look around. That one's got the gold and silver. I could drop that out of there, but I don't know if that's preventing us from battles. I don't want to test it yet. Alright, I should be fine with that. So pemmican is a soul food. I wouldn't mind trying pemmican now that I can eat meats and shit again. I think that would be kind of interesting. It's because it's like a fat preserved like meat dust kind of thing. I wouldn't mind giving it a crack, you know. Also, welcome back, Dig. But yeah, no, I'd like to kind of give it a try, see what it tastes like. I don't fucking know what it'd be like. Can you? Yeah, no, I've got Crohn's disease for like the last 10 or so years, last decade basically. I couldn't eat most like normal meats. Like I couldn't eat chicken, beef, lamb, pork, and some seafood. But I could eat like chicken eggs. I could eat ducks, turkey, eel, kangaroo, like all that shit, fish. All that shit was fine, but if my food had even